Hello and welcome to the Magnetic Copy Podcast. I'm Morgane, your host, and today let's talk about the lead attraction framework that changed my business. So, there is this frustrating gap between what you do, like being everywhere on social media, showing up consistently, and still not seeing your desired results. So, I was there. I was doing everything, posting daily, tweaking my offers, doing and redoing my website, engaging like a polite robot, delivering a lot of free value on social media, and I was still not attracting the right clients consistently. So I had sales, but it was not super aligned all the time back in the days. And what was worse was that I forced myself to be on social media and following teachings that made zero sense to my brain, just because it works for my coach. So it should work for me, it has to work for me, I have to push through. No, not at all. So if that's you, welcome. It stops here and now. You don't want to chase people. So what I call chasing people is really looking for people and engaging just because you think they could be a good match, like an ideal client. So it's kind of forcing yourself to comment. So I'm not saying it's not genuine. And this is something that I'm not criticizing because it does work for some people and some people like doing it, and that's totally fine. So I'm not judging here. I'm talking for people like myself, and I'm sure you too, because you clicked on the title and you're listening to this right now. Because that's not what you're made for. Like, you're not built for it. It drains you, it feels weird. That's not why we started our business, right? You want dream clients to see your value. You want them to feel connected to your message. And you want them to be already nodding yes before the sales call. Or you don't even have to do sales calls. Nothing wrong with them once again. It's just a choice, right? You want to attract aligned leads with content that works when you're not working also, like 24/7. Whether you're on holiday, having sweatpants on the couch day, walking your dog in the park. This is the power of authority and evergreen content. And I swear by it. If you've tried launching endlessly or just being consistent and still feel like your content is not converting as much as you would like, I see you. I was right there too, like I said, and it burned me out. I was constantly showing up, posting daily for months. And when I say daily, I'm saying even Sunday and Saturday. Like, I would batch create, batch schedule. And I was still wondering why the needle wasn't moving further than what I was doing, right? Until I realized that being visible wasn't enough. I needed to be clear on my messaging, credible by showing my authority and not 3 tips how to, like I was talking in the previous episode, and converting. And one thing I realized as well is that social media can be a trap. Well, okay, it is a trap. As I always say, you don't walk down the street and suddenly you have a hairstylist rushing through the door to grab you as you're just going about your business and say, hey, your hair is this. Come to my salon, I will do that. And then you walk three blocks away, and then you have the mechanics coming out of his garage being like, hey, what kind of car are you driving? Do you need my help? No, you don't do that in real life. You don't see that in real life. So why would you need to do that online? This has never made sense to me. So, yeah, you don't have to post every day. You don't have to constantly show up in a way that feels like a chore or let's call it torture. Because creating reels is not the most exciting part for me. So I get it that we need to compromise because there will always be things that we don't like to do. Do you like doing your taxes? No. Do you have to do them? Yes. But you just do it and you move on, right? But when it's constantly, like daily, having to do things that drain you, this is not good. So I want to share my framework, my R.O.S.E framework, and actually I use the R.O.S.E framework for several things, but here in this episode, I want to share 4 points that are relevant to this episode, obviously. So the R stands for results first messaging. Showcase your results, not your how to. Your ideal clients don't care about the method. I mean, when I say don't care, of course it's important, but don't lead with that. They care about whether or not you can solve their problems, so you need to mention the results you're leading them to. O for optimized. Optimize content that works for SEO and humans, because it's not only about stuffing keywords in a blog post or on your website, because Google sees through that. The S stands for soul aligned authority building. It has to feel aligned with you, with how God designed you to be. Because if you force, you're not being yourself, you're just, it becomes robotic and it becomes, like I was saying, torturous. And the E is evergreen strategy that brings lead while you rest, while you serve your ideal clients, while you enjoy moments with your family or your friends. And this has to do with values as well. What do you value in life? This is the approach that helped me turn content into a lead engine without the 24/7 hustle. And the best part is that it works even if you hate social media, if you don't like those strategies I was just mentioning. Once again, everything works, but not everything is going to work for you because you are unique. Your business can have similarities with other business owners' business, but it will always be unique. Real visibility is not about being on every social media platform. Yes, you can have an account on different social media platforms because it's like real estate, right? The more online space you occupy, the more you're going to come up in search results. But there is a difference between having a profile on different platforms and being active on different platforms. This is totally different. It's about being found in the right places, with the right message, with the right calls to actions. The next no-brainer step that your cold lead, or even if it's a warm lead, can take right now to solve the issue that is preventing them from sleeping, basically. So I'm sharing more strategies in my blog. I'm going to link the article in question in the show notes of this podcast so you can click on it, go and read it. And if you need support to map your strategy, a strategy that feels good for you, that works for you, book your free strategy call. You will walk out with the map with clear steps on where to start and what to do next, so that you're building content like your online empire that's going to work for you. Because once again, social media is not yours. If your account disappears tomorrow, so will your leads. You have to have a way to get people out of social media into your world. So, a topic for another day. Thank you very much for listening. I will see you in the next episode. Bye.